Good afternoon. Today I'm making cheesecake, carrot cake, and black and white cookies. So we're going to do the cheesecake. This is all the ingredients for the carrot cake and all the ingredients for the cheesecake. Can you see that? Let me move it over. Carrot cake. I have a cup and a quarter of carrot cake. A cup and a quarter of carrot cake. A cup and a quarter of shredded carrots. A cup and a quarter of flour. A cup and 1/3 cups of sugar. A teaspoon of cinnamon. A teaspoon of cinnamon. A half a teaspoon of nutmeg. A half a teaspoon. A 4th teaspoon of salt. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, a cup of brown sugar. This is a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and a half a teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a cup of canola oil. This is 3 cups of flour, 2 cream cheese, a cup of sour cream, a cup and a half of white sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 4 eggs, and 2 eggs for the cheesecake. So the first thing I'm going to do is the cream cheese, the cheesecake filling. I'm going to do that first. And the cream cheese is at room temperature. So it makes it easy. I'm doing it by hand. If you have a hand mixer, you can use the hand mixer. So I'm gonna blend the sugar and the cream cheese first. Okay, I'm going to blend that first. Blend this first. First I'm going to smooth it out. See how smooth that is? So now I'm going to add the sugar. Add the sugar to it. So this, it mix it well, and everything is going to melt. Now I'm going to add the sour cream to it, and then the eggs, one at a time. So I had some large eggs, and the large eggs they had double yolks in it. And the sour cream is also at room temperature. Ooh. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over to my whisk. So we're gonna do this first, and then I'm gonna use this for the flour. We need to do this first. Okay, so now I'm going to add the eggs one at a time. Then I'm going to add the vanilla. Okay. So I'm going to add both of these. I just want to mix. Okay. Then we're going to add the vanilla. Then we're going to add the flour. Flour mixed, the flour. Okay, so I'm going to add the vanilla. Ooh, that vanilla. So that wasn't long at all. Very simple. So now I'm going to add the flour, and I'm going to fold in the flour. Okay. Fold in the flour. Oh, I got some flour in the, this is not working. So I'm just going to move this over here. Okay. I need a bigger bowl. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to use the whisk now. Since all this is, so I have to smooth it out now. Okay. Power work, power work, power work. Whew. Exercise, boy. This is hard. I have to get a hand machine. Okay. It's smoothing out. Trying to get all that lumps out of there. Get all that lumps. Okay, so I'm gonna come back to that. I just wanna do the carrot cake. Now in this bowl, I'm going to add the flour. Okay, the flour, the nutmeg, the cinnamon, the baking powder, the baking soda, and the salt. Okay, that's what we're going to do, and we're going to mix it. We're going to mix it together. I should double up on this recipe. Okay. So now I'm going to add the eggs. The eggs. The oil. The half a cup of oil. The vanilla. The white sugar. And the brown sugar. Okay, we put that together. Now we're going to add the carrots to it. I'm trying to break up the sugar. The sugar needs to be broken up. And now I'm going to add the carrots. All of the carrots. And I'm going to add the flour mixture. Okay, add the flour mixture. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to finish this, mixing this batter. Make sure this is smoothed. I'm going to make sure all the lumps is out. And it looks like it's getting there. You want it to be smooth. Yep, it's getting there. Almost there. Yep. You just want the batter. So I have the oven at 350, and you bake it for an hour. Okay, and it's not very sweet at all. Bake it for 60 minutes. So I have a pan here, and I'm gonna spray it with the spray. Okay. Alright, so that goes in. So I'm gonna layer, I'm gonna take some of this carrot cake and layer it at the bottom first. Even it out. That's what you want to do. You want to even out the cake. Then you pour some of this batter cream cheese batter. You pour some of this cream cheese batter into the cake, right? Can you see? So now you even it out. Okay. So now you take a spoon and you do a layer of, dump it in. Okay. And what you do, you take a knife and you swirl it around. Okay? So you have, okay. So now you take some of the batter and pour it. Let me hold it like this, but I don't want no mishaps. Okay. Okay. Same thing, you finish it off. Okay. Now you finish this off. Let me do this. I don't want it to fall in there. And that's how the carrot cake cheesecake is made. Okay? You put layers of the batter. So I'm going to swirl it around again. Like that. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm going to put it in the oven at 350 for an hour. Okay, for an hour. And put it on this pan. It's a really good pan. And put it in the oven. For 60 minutes, in the oven for 60 minutes. Okay? Okay, I'm about to take the cake out of the oven. It smells, you guys should smell how this kitchen smells. Oh, look at that. That looks so good. Wow. Look at that. That looks amazing. That looks great. Look at that. Cake looks amazing. Ooh. It looks wonderful. Look at that. Yeah. It looks good. You should smell it. I smell the carrot and the cheesecake. It smells really good. All that cinnamon and nutmeg and vanilla. Looks wonderful. Looks great. So I don't know if I'm going to make a topping for it or anything. We'll see how I feel later. Okay, like an almond topping. But that looks really good. I don't think it needs anything. It's just perfect the way it is. Alright. Next, I'll be making the black and white cookies. I'm going to let this sit for a little while, for an hour or so, and let it cool. And then I'm going to slice it. But I'll be back to do the black and white cookies. Okay, I'm going to slice a piece of cake. Look at that. Look at that goodness. Oh my gosh. That is delicious. That looks good. So good. That looks so good. And it's good. Not too sweet. It's nice. It's delicious. Very good. Good afternoon. I'm making the black and white cookies now. So I have a cup and a quarter of flour, a half a cup of sugar, a half a cup of buttermilk, a half a teaspoon of salt, 1 egg, 1 stick of butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. You can see that vanilla. Okay. 1 teaspoon of vanilla and a half a teaspoon of baking soda. So together in this bowl, we're going to mix the flour, the baking soda, and the salt together. And we're going to set it aside. Okay? Just mix that together. And set it aside. Okay. Now, in this bowl, we're going to add the vanilla. And we're going to mix that. Okay? And you set it aside. This is buttermilk. Okay. Buttermilk set aside. All right. So in this bowl, I don't know what's going on here. Gotta wipe up my bowl. All right. Okay, so this bowl we're going to add the sugar, the half a cup of sugar, and the 1 stick of butter. Okay. The butter is at room temperature. So we're going to mix this well. Let me move this out of the way. I don't know if you can see me. Okay, so now you get this to be mixed. Just mix this. This can be done by hand, or you can use it with a hand mixer or a countertop mixer like a KitchenAid. You can use that, but this is a simple, and you can use with your hand. You can use your hand. So you mix it about 3 minutes. Okay. So this is only 1 egg, but it's double yolk. It's a large egg, so it's double yolk. And I'm still going to use it because it's one large, it's a jumbo egg. Sometimes when I buy eggs, the large eggs are small eggs. So I buy the jumbo eggs. So now I'm going to add the egg. I'm going to add the egg. Mix it well. And now we're going to add a cup of flour and the buttermilk. A little of the buttermilk. Okay? So I'm going to, instead of using a cup of flour, I'm just going to use a half a cup. Half a cup of flour and a little bit of the buttermilk, not too much. Okay, let's put that in, and you fold it in. So this is like a cake cookie. That's what this is. Right, so I'm going to add another cup, another half a cup of flour and a little bit of the milk. And my oven is set at 350. And these cookies are going to bake about 15 to 17 minutes. Doesn't take that long to cook. To bake. Same thing, cook, bake. Alright, so I'm going to add the rest of the flour mixture. And then I'm going to add all of the milk. I'm going to get all of this milk out. Okay? Alright, so got it all out. And I'm going to fold again. So this is basically a cake cookie. And you'll see how I'm going to do it. It's going to be half white and half black. Black and white cookies. So the black is basically chocolate. I'm going to show you how we're going to make that. It's very simple. Okay. So you see that? Very nice. Alright, so I have my cookie sheets here. I think I'm just going to need, I'm not sure if I'm going to need 2 cookie sheets, but just in case, I have one here from another one. I'm looking for my scoopers, my ice cream scooper. Okay, so I'm gonna use this ice cream scoop. The other one is too small. Okay, so we're gonna use this one, and we're gonna spread them apart because we don't want them to stick together. I think we're gonna they're gonna stick together. I'm not a good So I'm going to put them in the oven, and they're going to bake for 15 to 17 minutes. And then I'll come back and show you how to make the icing for the cookies. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 cookies. Okay? Made 10 cookies. And put it in the oven at 350. Okay, so I'm back. I have a cup and a half of confectioner's sugar. I have a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. I have lemon juice, which I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of. I have corn syrup, which is 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and I have water. So in this bowl, I'm going to leave everything, I'll mix everything here. I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of water, right? Add all of the vanilla. Add all of the cornstarch. All of the cornstarch. Okay. And 2 teaspoons of 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. And this is, I'm using fresh lemon juice. Okay? So I'm going to mix it together. Combine everything together until it's smooth. So I'm going to add another 2 tablespoons of, okay, here we go. Okay, this is not working out. I'm wasting all my my icing. I'm supposed to mix it with the whisk it together, but all right, I'm gonna add So a little bit more water. I still have to divide it in half and add the cocoa. There we go. Gotta clean my hand. My hand is sticky. And clean up this mess here. The cookies are smelling good. Okay. Gotta put some more, a little bit more water. I don't want to put too much of water. Okay? Because I don't want it too runny. It's supposed to be thick. I think this is it. Okay. This is what it's supposed to look like. Can you see? Okay. So I have, hold on, miss. This. All right. This is the consistency you're looking for. Alrighty, so let's take this, and I have to divide it into another bowl and add the cocoa to it. That's what gives you the you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add the cocoa first. Then I'm going to add, so then I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of water. Wasn't enough. And I'm going to add it to the cocoa. Add it to the cocoa. I gotta get me another spoon. Okay. And I add another tablespoon of water to the cocoa. I think my cookies are done. My cookies are done. Oh yeah, they are. And they smell delicious. Oh yes, look at that. Turn the oven off. And I didn't want this to happen. I should put it on 2 sheet pans, but it's okay. All right, so I'm going to divide this into these 2 bowls. Okay. 1 tablespoon. 1 tablespoon. Making it even. Okay, so all right. All right. So I'm mixing the cocoa and the glaze together. That gives you that dark chocolate. Black and white cookies. Okay. I gotta get a spoon. Here we go. It's doing its thing. Okay. Here we go. We got it. So now it took more than 1 tablespoon of water. Okay, so this is what we got. All right. So I'm going to clean this mess up here. So I'm going to wait for my cookies to cool. And then I'm going to come back about 10 minutes. And we're going to ice them. We're going to ice the black and white cookies. Okay? But they look really, really good. Clean up my mess. And look at that. This is a good consistency that we want. All right. All right. So we got it. All right. So take this away. Take this away. Let's see about this. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Okay, so we don't need a lot. We just need to glaze it on. I'm just only doing half of it. Okay, so that's it. Wait for the cookies to cool and I'll be back. All right, so my cookies has cooled. I have my little offset spatulas here, and I have a platter to put the cookies on when it's done. So I'm going to start with the white icing. Okay, and I'm gonna do half of the cookie. Okay, so that's half of the cookie. So I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to mix this chocolate one. And I'm going to add half of it. Okay. So we have black and white cookie. It's more than more than half of the white. So we do the black. That's my first black and white cookie. Okay. And we'll do the white. Okay. One's done. Two's done. Just take your time and do it. Take your time. Usually they just dip the cookie in the white and then they dip it in the black. So that's 4. All right, so that's the black and white cookie. So I finished the cookies, and this is what it looks like. So I have 3 here and 6 here. I mean, yeah, that's what it looks like. Black and white cookies. Okay. Looks nice. I'm gonna taste one. It's like a cake cookie. Look at that. It's delicious. Very delicious. Very, very good. Thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful week, rest of your week and weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday.